guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Joy MC, CEO of Custom Threads. But in this series, we are continuing with part 5 of Dubai Relocation Manenos. And this is part 5 where I'll talk about learning to embrace the change, looking back, and advice for married women like me. Because I relocated and I was already having 3 children. I relocated and I was married, and I relocated and I had people I was taking care of. That's why marriage is very important in this series to talk about it, because I've seen so many people challenged with this move. So despite the challenges, for me, I reminded myself that this was the opportunity of a lifetime, and I began to take small steps to adopt. First, I learned and I leaned on my colleagues for guidance. Not all colleagues, but I found out who I could trust. They had been through the same process and were incredibly supportive. If you have colleagues that you can trust, it's important to talk to them. They will help you to navigate life. Number 2, I explored my surroundings, Dubai, bit by bit. I still don't know so many places, but I made sure that I went out every weekend or any off day that I was off, and I had time on my hands. I went out to explore the surroundings. And I also found so many small victories in myself, because first, this was my first time to stay alone. Second, this was my first time to be abroad. Third, this was my first time to have an international job. So those were victories to me. I celebrated them. And I also kept in touch with the family and friends back home, sharing updates and leaning on their encouragement each and every time I felt lonely. I called home. I made that time to call home. I made that time to communicate with the people I'd left at home. I made that time to communicate with my people, with my children, with my spouse, with my mom, with my sisters, with my brothers, with anybody else who was connected to me by blood or by birth or by friendship. I made that. Now, looking back, this taught me a lot of resilience and stepping out of my comfort zone. Every challenge was a reminder of how far I had come and how much further I would go. In the next part of this series, which will come in another video, I'll share how I settled into my new job and found a sense of belonging in Dubai's vibrant community. There's so much to unpack about those early days, and they remind me of how strong I am and how strong I have become. If you've moved to a new place, near or far, what was the biggest challenge you faced, and how did you overcome? Let us chat in the comments. Okay? Now, I already said that I'll talk about married people, giving them advice. And in the other videos, I think we've already talked about the interviews, the first flight, and those few challenges that I went through in Dubai and my final thoughts. Today, this time, I want to switch gears and share some advice, especially for married women like me who are considering or preparing to move abroad. Relocating is a big deal. It's exciting, but it's also a life-changing decision that impacts not only you, but your entire family. Looking back on experience, here are some insights that I want to share, and those that I did before I relocated. Number 1, very important, is to have open conversation with your spouse. Moving abroad isn't just a journey, or isn't just your journey who is relocating. It's a family decision. Before saying yes to the opportunity, sit down with your spouse and discuss 1, the impact on your relationship. 2, how you'll maintain communication and connection if you'll be apart. 3, long-term plans. Is this a stepping stone for your family's future? Open and honest communication is the key to ensuring both of you are aligned. Having goals, visions, documented, discussed, and agreed is very important. Number 2, which is also very important, prepare emotionally for distance. Prepare emotionally for distance, because it's not easy. Being away from your spouse can be one of the hardest parts of you relocating. The last night video calls, the missed anniversaries, and the longing for a comforting hug when you're down. It's all real when you're out. How can you maneuver? My advice is to stay connected. Use technology to your advantage. Daily calls, video chats, and even surprise gifts sent home will make sure that you're okay and you're connected. Number 2, lean on faith or support system. For me, prayer was my lifeline. Knowing that God was in control gave me strength. Number 3, keep the family bond alive. If you have children, the move will affect them too. Even if they are staying behind with your spouse, create a plan to keep the bond alive. What did I do? I scheduled regular family calls to hear about their day-to-day lives. Number 2, share your experience with them so they feel part of your journey. Don't leave them behind. Number 3, plan visits whenever possible to bridge the gap. That's what I did. Every 2 weeks, I'll go home. I went home because my job allowed me. But for the first 6 months of my probation period, I never went home. I came in March, April, May, June, July, August. I never went home. I went home in the middle of August when I finished my probation of 6 months. And that was the highest moment for me, going to see my children physically, how they've grown without me, what they've been doing without me, joining a new school without me. So many things had missed because of being abroad, but I was always updated on their move and on everything they were doing. Okay, so be smart. Number 4, as a married woman relocating or thinking of relocating to a new place, be financially smart. Relocating often comes with a salary boost. Of course, that is why we're here. That's why we accepted the move, because of financial boost. But it's easy to get caught up in the excitement and overspend. What I would advise is to stick to your budget and save aggressively for your family's future, because that is why you're there. Number 2, don't forget to send money home for family needs, but also balance this with building your own financial stability abroad, because sometimes people take advantage. When you continue giving money, they think money is just somewhere and you take it and send it. Every time they're coming back and telling you how much they need money, how much they need help, how much they're financially down, you need to send. Because some people have this thing called black tax. It's real. It's real. It's real. Be very financially smart and know your spending. Keep a tab of how much you're spending, how much is coming in, how much is going out, how much are you sending home. And make sure that you save and save and save, because that's why you are in abroad. That's why you're in that job. That's why you're taking care of yourself there. Okay? Number 5, build a support system abroad. Being abroad is isolating, my friend, especially in Dubai. Sorry, I need to catch up something here down that fell. This one, I was actually sewing. Being in a foreign land is very isolating, especially in Dubai, where there's a lot of nationalities, people who I think maybe have never mixed with other people, so it's very, very hard to maneuver your ways and create friendship with other nationalities. But it's possible to find or create a community that resonates with your values. For me, joining groups like Dubai, Black in Dubai, and prayer groups help me feel less alone. Your support system will become your family away from home. Make friends. Make friends, but your circle should be lean. Make friends that you know value what you value. They know your worth. Make friends that are good in your circle. People who can elevate you mentally, spiritually, physically. Okay? Make friends that are good for your circle. Not friends that will make you go out to drink, to do other things that are not worth of your time. Number 6, prioritize self-care. With all the adjustments, it's easy to lose yourself in the hustle. Take care of your emotional, physical, and mental health. This is like number 5 before, but different, a little different, because this involves activities. Find activities that relax and energize you. For example, listening to music, reading, sewing, if you know how to sew, or if you want to learn, you identify your hobbies. Go for swimming, go for bowling. I've gone to bowling. I've done other things, activity sports, running, all those things. They keep you busy so that you don't think of your loneliness all the time. And also, take time to reflect on your growth. You are doing something incredible and brave, so you need to take time to reflect on your growth. Moving abroad is not easy. Settling down is not easy. Moving with people that you are not born with, it makes us so uncomfortable. But you've made it. You've moved. You're strong. You're brave. And you're good. So take time to reflect on your growth and pat yourself in the back and say, oh, you did it. Number 7, trust the process and give yourself grace. Relocating, especially as a married woman, is a journey of faith, patience, and resilience. Not everything will go as planned, but it's okay. Don't ever regret. The good part is that you have to trust that God has a purpose for this season in your life. And remember to celebrate the small wins, whether it's learning to navigate the city or finding a favorite new spot for groceries. Learn to celebrate the small wins. Okay? My final thoughts looking back, I realized that saying yes to the opportunity wasn't just a career move. It was a step toward becoming a better version of myself. It taught me how to juggle roles as a wife, a mother, and a professional in completely new environment. To all married women out there dreaming of relocating, you can do it. With preparation, faith, and a little courage, you will navigate the challenges and find joy in the journey. Next time, I'll share how I adjusted to my new job and the work culture in Dubai. Stay tuned. And to my sisters out there who have made a similar move, what advice will you give to someone starting this journey? Let's chat in the comments. Bye guys, take care, and God loves you so much. Never regret choosing God first. Bye.